Hello everybody, this is Commander Strain and welcome back to Armoured Warfare. And here we are, just over halfway through the Warlords of the Wasteland event. I wonder how you guys are all getting on. For me, it's going okay. It's going okay. But today, we're going to take a look at something different. Today, we're going to take a look at the AFT-10. It's a new premium, yes, premium Tier 10 Chinese tank destroyer that's coming to the game very, very soon. The AFT-10 itself is simply a ZBD-04A hull modified to carry two launchers of 4 Red Arrow 10 anti-tank guided missiles. It has no armour, is a big fat box on tracks with only a 600 horsepower engine. This vehicle can get up to 65 km per hour, although it does struggle moving uphill or over rough terrain. As you can imagine, armour protection is laughable, with a max of 40mm protection, and although on paper this vehicle for me had just over 10k DPM, getting into a position to use that DPM is very, very hard. As I have stated many times, I'm just an average player, and despite having a 66% win rate on PvP after 12 games, my average damage on this vehicle is horrendous. The secret of this vehicle is manoeuvring it into a position where you can engage the sides and rear of enemy vehicles, as sniping weak spots on the front of main battle tanks is almost impossible. The missile system itself allows you to fire missiles every 1.2 seconds. This means you can unload all of that damage per minute very, very quickly, with 1,280mm of penetration and 700 average damage. It is the speed of the missiles, though, that lets it down, travelling only at 250 meters per second. As well as poor mobility, no armour, the AFT-10 also lacks any sort of APS missile protection system, which makes it very vulnerable to enemy missiles. Well, anyway, that's enough of me babbling on. Let's show you some gameplay footage, and today I have one game I played in the Global Operations mode. So here we're on the Barren Divide map. It's a Tier 9 and Tier 10 battle, and as you can see, there's the AFT-10. Now, just a thing to point out to you guys, the vehicle itself has a base missile capacity of 40 missiles. I'm using Elisa Korhonen as my commander, so with the bonuses she gets, I've got 61 missiles. So it just gives me a little bit of an edge here. Now, you're going to find that I play just as terrible in this Global Operations game as I did in the last Global Operations game, but this also highlights really some of the weaknesses of the vehicle, as well as showing you can put a lot of fire down onto the enemy vehicles, not necessarily doing as much damage because you can't get into positions quick enough to really effectively use this tank destroyer. But anyway, let's see how we get on. As I said, it's Barren Divide. I'm heading up towards, well, initially I'm heading towards Cap Point 1, although I'm going the long way around. I want to try and get into a position where I can get onto the hills, and I think maybe get some shots down over 1, or maybe even get a shot down at vehicles on the hills overlooking base Cap 2. But as you can see, this is the real problem. We've got 16 to 20 kilometers per hour going uphill in this vehicle. It is not decent. That 600 horsepower engine is a hindrance. And you know, this vehicle itself, it's got a lot of characteristics that you see on the Cornet at Tier 10. But the Cornet has the mobility to get around the battlefield, whereas this one doesn't. Yeah, maybe it's got a much higher damage per minute, but you really need to get into a position where you can actually use that. And here we're going to fire off a couple of missiles, and you can see the firing arc of these missiles is just terrible. And it's not just my bad gameplay; it's the fact that we just can't get anywhere. I get a shell back at me, I pop some smoke. Now, bear in mind, here's another thing. Actually, the smoke is actually contained in the hull, not on the actual turret. And there we go. I get taken out. So as I was saying before, I was rudely killed. Smoke comes out of the actual hull front of the vehicle, not from the turret direction, so you need to bear that in mind. It's not the only vehicle that does this, but you know it's something that took me a while to get used to. Now it was the Draco did a good job there. He got the pillboxes down. I think it was the pillboxes that killed me in reality. But you know, I got into a position which wasn't good, and you can see that we just weren't able to bounce any sort of damage from anything with the armor we've got. So I'm poking over the top here, trying to get some shots. I see the T-90MS. I also see some other vehicles there, but I'm thinking that the T-90MS is going to come straight along this road. We might be able to get a couple of missiles into him. So I'm just kind of waiting here, aiming. First missile goes in. Second one goes in. No, doesn't penetrate the arse. Third one tracks him. Fourth one does 816 damage, and then the next one takes him out. So that was a kill, but we also took in some damage from the K21s, and we also took one hit from the T90 MS. So yeah, we took out an enemy vehicle. Our team has a slight lead over the enemy team, but really, was it worthwhile? Get spotted from the drone here. I pop smoke, and I get shot out from the side. You can see the Wilk over there. And I'm just trying to now get off this hill. I fire a missile just to try and make him dodge away. And we get down into this valley area with 284 hit points. So I pop the full reload here. It's about 24, 25, 26 seconds. And I'm just holding here, waiting to see what goes on. I can see the Wilk on the hill. I'm protected from his shots, but I also can't get missiles on him because I'm not reloaded. Get spotted again, and I've decided I've got to push down. And this is the speed you can't get up to. There's the Centauro there, pushing down into these buildings because I'm not reloaded. I'm not ready to fire. But the Sphinx does a fantastic job from behind me and on the hill to take out that Centauro. So that is awesomely good. So we've got drones up above us. I'm trying to push over to engage this Martyr and these other MBTs over here. So I decide slowly, and as you can see, this is the effect of the vehicle going up a hill. It's extremely slow. So I'm going to push up here to see if I can engage this T-15 Armata that's engaging our T-90 MS. There's also some AI tanks down there and some other stuff. I'm looking over here, and I can see Draco over there. I can see another Draco. Yeah, and there's the Armata. So I'm just trying to get into position where I can get the missiles on him. First one goes in. Second one goes in. Does 313 module damage. And another shot there. Gets spotted. Firing the missiles. And I get taken out. So back again after death number 2. Now our missiles did set the T-15 on fire. So we did get the kill on the T-15, but it was the Wilk that took us out. So we did trade a good amount of damage, 1,553 damage on the T-15 Armata against our 284 hit points. So in some regards, that was a fair crack of the whip. But the Wilk was able to take us out very, very quickly. Now our team have still got this 700 point lead, so it's still good. We've got objective 4, objective 7, we're capping objective 5, and the enemy team have objective 6. So again, I'm trying to maneuver, and this is where it's really bad. The missiles seem to go out of the lower part and impact into the ground there as I made shots onto the B1 Centauro. So I wasted 3 missiles on that area there, just trying again to learn how to play this, learn how the missiles are actually characteristically working for the game. Get a shot there, we get spotted, and the Centauro's there. I get a shot onto him, APS takes that one out, another shot into him takes him there, 722 damage, and we take out a Centauro 120 there. So again, another nice hit kill, up to 3,783. Our team have got quite a good lead on at the moment. We control 2 of the caps, enemy team have 2 of the caps, and time is getting ready to switch into the next phase. So I'm here, I have 1 missile left. I'm pulling a full reload here just to see if I can get back to full. There we go, 8 out of 8 missiles. And I'm aggressively trying to push forward. And again, you can see the mobility on the vehicle. We can get up to 58, 60 on here. It's a little bit rougher. It drops it down when we get the rough. We get spotted there. I pop smoke, and you can see it's the K21 over there. Fire a shot off, second shot, missile, third shot off them. One gets taken out by the APS. But we did a blind kill on that K21. We did 622 damage and we took him out. So again, another nice kill. The ability to fire those missiles every 1.2 seconds is good. But the vulnerabilities of the vehicle are just not great at all. We took just under 1,000 hit points of damage there, I think from a B1 Draco. And again, enemy team are pulling back now. We've got 4 and 7. They've got 5 and 6. We're catching on to 5, and now they're defending it. And I'm again pushing forward towards 6. I want to see if I can get some shots or something on 6. I get spotted. No idea what's spotting. That's with the drone above me. And then you can see I'm trying to look for enemy vehicles. I get spotted again. I get a missile onto the pillbox. And I decide I've got to get the hell out of here as quickly as we possibly. Actually, it wasn't a pillbox. It was pillbox cap circle. We fire at the Centauro 120. Another 825 damage onto him. And he takes us out, and we die for a 3rd time. So we're coming up on the end of the game. Our team have got quite a lead on the enemy team. We've captured objective point 9. The objective's changed during my death. But, you know, what's happened so far really does highlight the strengths, or some of the strengths and the weaknesses of this particular vehicle. For one of the early deaths, when a pillbox actually missiled us, no APS to take out that missile, and the Centauro was able to maneuver quite quickly to close into close range with us, where our missiles are ineffective if we have any at all reloaded. So again, we've got objective point 9, we're capping objective point 10, and the enemy have 8. I kind of spawned on the northern spawn, and I'm just trying to push up towards this drone position here, just to see if I can get some damage on the T-90 MSs, the Wilk KC-8 in the middle, and the Centauro one over, try and get some revenge. I see a Type 99 A2 there. I think, okay, let's see if we can get into a position where we can get close and try and engage this MBT, try and get behind the MBT. And I don't know what happens here. We get into the cap circle. I decide to stop and just kind of cap for a second. But I think the Merkaba is... No, it's not. It's... No, see, I get the cap. And I think we do secure it. But I definitely don't get the icon up to choose where to place the drones. Maybe it's because it's so close to the end of the battle. And I'm just stopping there, seeing I can get some shot, and I just can't get it to work. I don't know if it's not working or it was just me playing badly. But we still have to try and get shots on this 9982. First one goes in, tracks him, 799 damage, 1561, do 2,409 damage in total. But I take a hit from behind, and I think there was the Wilk from behind. Now he's somewhere over there, but I can't see him. Our team is about to significantly win, but you can see that's what I mean about you need to get behind and to the side of enemy MBTs to make this vehicle really, really effective. But it's really, really hard when you've got such limited mobility. And something like the Cornet can close in very, very quickly. We kind of get stuck there. It's going to cap out here. We've got such a points lead on the enemy team. And I'm not going to take any more damage. And there we go. We have a win. So after that battle, let's take a quick look at the post-game results. I ended up doing 7,639 damage, and I got 4 enemy vehicles destroyed. It wasn't a fantastic game. There are tier 10 and tier 9 vehicles that did more damage than I did, but I was quite satisfied that this game highlighted to you guys what this vehicle is all about, the strengths and the weaknesses. Now, we also earned ourselves 33 battle coins for the Warlords of the Wasteland event, which I suppose is almost as good as anything else, and came out of that with 9,110 experience for this battle. So before I answer the important question of whether I would actually recommend this vehicle, thanks to my.com for giving this vehicle to test out and to bring you some gameplay and information on it. The AFT-10 has some strengths, but it also, for me, has a lot of weaknesses. I don't know how it's going to be distributed, whether it's going to be a loot crate, whether it's going to be available on the My Loot store, or whether it's going to be purchasable in-game for gold. All I know is it's coming very, very soon. If I didn't have this in my garage, would I buy it? For me, no. There are far more interesting progression vehicles that do a similar role. The Cornet, for example, at tier 10, can get around the battlefield very, very quickly, can put missiles into enemy vehicles from the rears and the sides very, very successfully, and then escape out of it. In the game you saw, I got caught because I wasn't able to run away fast enough. Anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please remember to like, share, subscribe and comment and tell me what you think of the AFT-10. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.